Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Maria. I'm Maria and I wanted to do a meditation video today, or a guided meditation for you. I'm here at Lake Bryn Mawr Camp with my friends at Campowerment, and I wanted to share this beautiful lake and scenery with you while we do this video. So knowing that some of us have, meditated before and maybe have a nice practice going, and some of us might have be coming to this video with absolutely no, have never meditated before. I wanted to give us a definition for today of how we can talk about meditation. And keep in mind that there's a lot of different definitions for meditation, and there's a lot of different ways to talk about meditation. But for today, we're going to talk about meditation as the purposeful practice of presence. And I'll say that again. For today, we're going to talk about meditation as the purposeful practice of presence. And just to kind of break that down further, so purposeful is just, coming and sitting down and purposefully doing this. And then practice is the same way you would think about practicing basketball, doing anything multiple times to get better at it, repeated actions to build a skill. And then presence, I want to break this down a little bit because I think this word gets thrown around a lot, right? So we've probably all read something on the internet about being present, and we might have had a friend or a coworker say something like, just stay in the moment, be present. And what does that really even mean if we really stop and think about it? And one thing, the main thing that I struggle with when I'm talking or thinking about presence is in terms of staying in the present moment, when most of our actions that we take are, to achieve something in the future. So if you think about it, you take money from today's paycheck and put it in your 401k so that someday in the future you might be able to retire. Or, today you're going on a bunch of different dates because someday you might find the love of your life, right? So when these actions are, all kind of rooted in like trying to get something in the future, how does that relate to staying present and staying in the moment? And so the catch-22 about presence and all of this is that the reason that we want anything that we want in our lives is because we think that when we get that thing, we will be happier, we will be good, we will be better, or more content. But the problem with that is that means that our happiness or being better, being good, is always on the other side of some barrier. It always takes some sort of achievement to get that. And so the importance of presence is being satisfied with things exactly as they are, right now, right here, in this moment, while also reaching for more. And the other thing about presence is that when we don't feel good, when we don't feel happy now, it's really hard for us to, achieve or reach those other things that we might want in our life. And so I wanted to share a quote from Lao Tzu, who is widely known as the founder of Taoism. And he says, if you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. And if you're at peace, you're living in the present moment. And shortly what he's saying is any time that we're not truly in the present moment is a moment of stress. If you think about it, like being anxious is stressful and being depressed is stressful. But when we can be in the present moment, the regrets of the past and the anxiety about the future don't have power over us when we truly are with ourselves in that moment. And when we're in the present moment, we can then be open to the beautiful things that are right in front of us and be grateful for the things that are in front of us and be open to the abundance that exists in every, micro moment that we live through. And so that's a lot about presence. How do we even do this, right? That's the question also. How do we stay present? And today we're going to talk about and use a tool that I think is one of the simplest and most straightforward tools to kind of grasp and use, especially in a meditation practice. This tool is totally free and it's with us at all times. And the tool that I'm talking about is our breath. So if you think about it, our breath is always in the present moment. Our breath and our heartbeat, they're always happening in the now. And so if we can focus our attention and our concentration on the breath, we can start to practice living and being in the present moment. Cool. So let's move into the meditation using breath. So find a seat if you're not already sitting. If you're sitting in a chair, you might scoot to the edge of the chair so that the feet can ground down onto the floor. Otherwise, just find a comfortable seat on the floor or wherever you are, and then just take the hands and let them rest on the tops of the thighs. And then you'll sit up tall, just feeling the spine stacking, each vertebrae stacking on top of one another. The head stacks just on top. The shoulders are broad, just a nice posture here. And then let the eyes close. And if you're not comfortable closing the eyes, you can always just take the gaze just down in front of you, just letting the eyelids get a little heavy here. And then begin to commit to the seat that you've chosen. And then also begin to let the outside world fade away. Letting go of any effort that it took to come to this video or this meditation practice today. Knowing that these next few moments are for you to be with yourself, for the betterment of yourself. And then together, let's just take a breath in and out. And then moving on from here, there's no need to breathe in any special way. But we will bring our attention to the breath. So you might notice the gentle expansion of the belly with each inhale, and the subtle deflation of the belly with each exhale. And so we'll stay with the breath in this way. Of course, the mind wants to think, and the mind might already be thinking at this point. So give the mind something to do and focus it on the breath. And throughout this meditation, if and when you get distracted, as gently as you possibly can, just bring your attention back to the breath, allowing any thoughts to just pass through the mind like a cloud passes through a clear sky. It's totally fine to acknowledge the thought, but then just let it pass through, allowing your attention to come back to your breath. If you've become distracted in any way, as gently as you would lead a puppy back to its bowl of water or food, gently bring your attention back to your breath, continuing on. Gently begin to bring your attention back into your body, feeling the feet grounding down on the floor or the hips grounding down beneath you. Feel the hands on the tops of the thighs. Take a bigger breath in and out. And then when you're ready, begin to flutter the eyes open slowly, letting light in, just in increments here, coming back. Welcome back here. So I hope that you can take this meditation or take these tools with you outside of just this video. So I encourage you, anytime you're feeling stressed or anxious or depressed, try just bringing your attention back to your breath as a way to pull yourself back into the present moment, to remind yourself that you have power over what can be done right this moment. And that's where you can make decisions from. And even trying to find something that you're grateful for right in that moment can help just bring you back to the present moment, help you realize that the regret of the past or the anxiety of the future doesn't have power over you. Hopefully this was beneficial. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch this video. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Namaste, yogis.